This call contains singing. When this face appears, you have been warned.
Good morning, Precious. I've slept on it and processed it, and I'm still 100% in. If you want to fall back in love with me again, I'm right here waiting. By the way, I think we broke up without thinking if it was really what we wanted to do.
Everybody wants a little piece of my time. Still I put you at the end of the line. How it breaks my heart to cause you this pain. See the tears you cry falling like rain. Give me the chance to prove, and I'll make it up to you. I still believe in you, with a love that will always be standing so strong and true. Baby, I still believe in you and me. Somewhere along the way, I guess I just lost track. Only thinking of myself, never looking back. For all the times I hurt you, I apologize. I'm sorry it took so long to finally realize. Give me the chance to prove that nothing's worth losing you. I still believe in you, with a love that will always be standing so strong and true. Baby, I still believe in you and me. I love you, Jamie.
It's been 20 hours, and I've never been more positive of sharing my life with anyone like I am with you.
Once upon a long ago, someone touched my heart and stole my life. You and I were meant to be. Was I just too blind to see the light in your eyes? Long lost friend, so good finding you again. I curse the fool I've been for drifting away from you. Though I lost my way, you've been strong enough to stay faithful to the end, long lost friend. Seasons change and people too. I'm so glad that I had you out there. through the rise and through the fall. Even when I lost it all, you cared like no one else. Long lost friend, so good finding you again. I curse the fool I've been for drifting away from you. Though I lost my way, you've been strong enough to stay faithful to the end, long lost friend. So good finding you again. I'll be faithful to the end, long, long friend. I love you, Jamie.
Voicemail. I love you forever. Apparently we're not going to talk tonight. You haven't said anything to me all day, though I guess there's nothing I can do. I don't like being without you. All I can think about is that with all the hell and bullshit that we've been through, we stayed together because we knew that a time would come that we would get better. We stayed together because we believed in each other. Now that I know that we can make it, we're hanging in the air. We were wrong to agree with each other that it should be over. I think we agreed just because we wanted to be stubborn and wanted things our own way instead of relaxing and confronting one of our biggest fears, that being my probation. We jumped for what we thought would be the easiest for ourselves as a single, instead of what would be the best for us as a couple. We were very wrong to agree to give up when neither of us really wanted to, and with the future we planned with each other, we have every reason to stay together. I hope you see that.
What would you say if I told you I'm sorry? That I've come to realize life means nothing without you. Would you take my hand? Would you forgive this man? Forever down your love's truth. And could you find it in your heart to let me try and make it up to you? Yesterday a jealous man, today a lonely fool. I let love slip right through my hands. With all the hurt I've handed you, I've got to stop your love from dying. Lord, I'll be living proof that yesterday's jealous man is today's lonely fool. Darling, from now on, I'll be proud another man knows you. Instead of getting mean and loud like I used to do, find some mercy in your heart, then we'll make another start at the love that we once knew. I won't hurt you anymore. I'm gonna trust you now and never question you. Yesterday a jealous man, today a lonely fool. I let love slip right through my hands. With all the hurt I've handed gotta stop your love from dying. Lord, I'll be living proof that yesterday's jealous man today's long.
Voicemail pressures. I love you, and I am still 100% positive. Something that I'm not quite understanding. We both told each other to let the other know if we changed our minds. I changed my mind, but now you want to think about it. What is there to think about if you already know it's me that you want to be with? Me being a jealous man? There's always been some flaws and there's no getting around that. And over time I will handle it better, but that's not something that should take much thought if you know it's me you want. You mentioned that you don't like the cold. I don't either, but just like me knowing you were in the porn business when we started, you knew that Maine was cold in the winter. So what is there to think about? Because what probation thinks is no longer a problem. Is it the thought of us becoming real with each other? Because we knew that day had to come at some point. The timing of all that has happened is terrible, but it is something that only you can make real. And being scared won't get us back together. I just remembered that you told me that Maggie Jo broke your computer when she was mad. So that means now that I'm getting my computer back tomorrow and internet hooked up tomorrow, I still won't be able to see you on webcam. That's upsetting.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm surprised you answered.
Okay.
Usually you don't answer the first time I call, so I'm surprised you answered.
Okay.
How are you?
Fine.
What you been doing?
Thinking.
Thinking about how much of a good guy I really am.
No.
Oh, how much of an asshole I am?
Sure.
Well, gee, thanks. Been thinking about how cute my feet are.
What?
Have you been thinking about how cute my feet are?
I haven't seen them.
I know. I was just being smart. I was just
Okay,
trying to
show
be
me.
funny. No, you don't want to see. My feet are ugly. I. Did you get it?
Hello. No.
Did you get the picture? No. It's on its way. It's sent, so it's on its way.
Oh,
You
okay.
should get it soon. You should get it soon. I have ugly feet. Or ugly toes. My feet are okay, but my toes are ugly. So what else you been doing besides thinking?
Not much. Talking with Will and MJ.
No. Is Maggie Jo less mad at you now?
A little.
Well, that's good. She'll get over it. Just needs a little time. So you want to tell me about your thinking?
Not really. You only hear what you want.
Jamie, I know I want you. And I know we've wanted each other the whole time. We've just had a really hard time because we're not together, and because we're not face to face together, and it makes it really hard for both of us.
Lorne, you keep mentioning probation. That was never an issue, and you keep saying it was the only problem.
It was an issue. For me, it was an issue.
No, it wasn't.
It was somewhat of an issue for you because you didn't want to tell them about what you
No,
do
it
for a
wasn't.
job. But you are the one that told me that you didn't want to, that you was afraid of telling them what you do for a job. They obviously don't have a problem with that. I was afraid of it. I was worried about it.
That's what I said after a bunch of other things that you clearly ignored and focused on that.
Well, I did. That was the biggest thing that stuck with me that I couldn't get.
Right.
I couldn't get out of my head. But I was afraid how they would react to it.
Right.
Then when we made our decision the other night, I was like, it's really hard because a lot of my problem has been because of probation and having have to tell them things in class. And, I was trying to hide it from them because I didn't want them to find out because I didn't want them to tell me that that it wasn't a good idea for me and you to be together. And that's all I could think was just because of a sexual thing.
You keep saying
That
probation was the biggest thing, yet we ended it over the fact that you didn't want me doing my job. Period. It had nothing to do with probation.
my
Correct.
you didn't know it. Well,
Yes.
yes, that is correct. It is correct. But I've always been half and half of wondering, well, am I wrong in thinking that way? And am I not? And I talked to Sean about that, and I told him, I said, I'm just confused. I don't know if I'm right about it or if I'm wrong about it. I mean, she's able to separate it, and I said it's harder for me to separate it. He said, well, some people can separate it easy and some people can't. He said, you just got to realize, how much do you love her? And that was one of the things that made
It's
me
crazy
realize,
how I have been telling you that for a year and it took 1 hour conversation with a man.
even if it was Stacy telling me, it would have been the same result.
Right, does Stacy know?
I don't know if she knows it. I don't know if Sean told her yet or not, but she will know because I'll be telling her tomorrow. I got to go down and get my computer, and I'm going to tell her then. Sean asked me what I thought Stacy would think, and I said, to be honest, I don't know. I said, one way I think that she might give me a lecture over it, and another way she might give me. In one way, she might give me a lecture over it, ask me if I think that's a good idea, or another way, I think she might give me a lecture over it, saying what's the big deal. But then the third way, I think she'd probably say, well, you talked to Sean. What did Sean tell you? Which is more likely what she's going to say to me. Is you talked to Sean. What did Sean tell you? And I know it's hard for you to understand that. You've been telling me for a year But when I'm able to talk to counseling about it, I've been so afraid to be open with them because of what I was afraid they would think. Because I didn't want to lose you because of them thinking that it was wrong for me to see you just because of your job. And now I'm not afraid of it anymore. And I'm happy that I talked to Sean about it.
Yet you never brought that up to me.
You'll find I'm going to bring a lot more things up to you from now on.
But you tell me everything right.
I do tell you pretty much everything except for that was so hard for me
You
to
don't
talk about
hide
with you.
things from me, right?
Listen, please. Without interrupting me, listen, please.
Your words.
I don't hide anything from you.
You
And
did.
no, I've told you how I feel about it all, but we've never talked like Sean talked to me. And it was, I've wanted so bad to be able to explain to you, exactly how I feel and all that.
You never
But at the
once
same time,
told me your fear of probation and my career law.
at the same time of me wanting to tell you my fear of everything, it was hard for me to come up with the words.
Did you?
And at the same time, did I come up with the words?
You never once told me your fear of probation and my career law.
No, I didn't. I didn't tell you that because I was confused about it.
From me, right?
Well, I did hide that from you.
Oh, so
Yeah,
all
I hid
these
that
months
from you.
you've been lying.
Jamie, come on. I haven't been lying to you.
No, you come on, Lord.
I didn't want to lose you because of what probation thought.
Fantastic. I have been grilled for a year. Up until we mutual agreed it was over because of it. Now magically after an hour conversation it doesn't matter to you. I don't buy it, Lord. This is damage control and you are saying whatever you think I want to hear to keep me around.
Seriously, Jamie?
Seriously.
It's the rest of our lives that we're talking about. I'm not going to say just whatever I want just to keep you around. I'm saying that,
Yes,
telling you what
will.
I feel. I'm telling you what I feel. I'm being open and honest with you about stuff. And I know I should have done it a long time ago, and I didn't because I was afraid of telling probation because I didn't want to lose you. If you want to find something bad in that, I'm sorry. But I love you, and I didn't want to lose you because of them. But now I don't have to fear them. I know I can talk to them about it, and I was afraid to talk to them about it because of what my charge is, being a sexual charge, and you doing porn. You know, it was hard for me to talk to them until that happened to us the other night, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm going to talk to them about it." I needed to.
Right, but if I was hiding something, you wouldn't drop it.
I've had a lot of fears, Jamie, and you know that, and you know why, and you know why.
Does that
We're taking
change
steps.
what I said?
No, it doesn't change what you said. We haven't had the easiest time, and we both know that.
Okay, so you can sit there and say time after time that you don't hide things from me, and you did.
I did, yes, I did, and I'm sorry that I did.
So
It
you
was
are a
hard
liar.
for me to come. I was a liar, yes.
You are a liar.
because I didn't know how to express myself.
Not past tense.
Yes, past tense now.
No. Not
Yeah.
past tense.
That's past tense
You are
because
allowed.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying anymore. Now I can be open and honest with them
Now
about
you
everything.
stopped lying for a day.
Jamie, you
So you underlie
okay?
now.
Okay. First of all, you've got to let me talk. And you got to let me do it without it
I promise
interrupting me.
I'll
'cause
never
then-
yell at you again, Jamie. I promise I'll never abuse you again, Jamie. I promise I'll never accuse you again, Jamie. This sounding familiar?
Yes, it does, Jamie. That was past tense. We can concentrate
But
on
you
now
don't say
forward, or
things
we
to
can.
keep me around, right?
Jamie, when I said them things, I meant them. But I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that it's
I'm
they.
just like this newest promise.
All right, listen.
That will be
It
broken.
felt to me like some of those times you were intentionally provoking me to get an attitude.
Good for you.
Some of the things that you would say and say that you did, it's like, why would you say that to me? And why would you tell me that you did that? And why
I
would you
would
even
say
do
the
that if
same
it's
to
me you
you.
wanted? You can, but the problem is
So,
I haven't had anybody else around, and you know it. So how can you say that same thing to me?
you just said I could.
You can, but what are you going to say it on? What are you going to use it on?
Lots of things.
Like
I
what?
promise I'll never yell at you again, Jamie. I promise I'll never abuse you again, Jamie. I promise I'll never accuse you again, Jamie.
What I'm saying, Jamie, is that you can't use that on me as far as another woman.
Yes, I can.
How can you? I've never had any other woman around since you and I. Except for the Debbie thing. I know you're going to mention that. And I was wrong about that. And since that happened, it's never happened again.
Oh, so because it's not jealousy, it doesn't count for me. Is that what you are going to say? But it happened, Lord.
It happened, yes. But since then, it has never happened again.
So,
So how many times with you has it happened?
me trying to cheat on you? 0.
No, you do. You even saying things just to provoke me because you knew I'd be upset about them.
No. I don't play that game.
Baby Will. Seriously, Jamie?
I wanted to name the child Will.
Do you see a pattern there?
No.
You don't see a pattern
I
of
love
things
the
revolving
name.
around Will. You don't see a pattern of things revolving around Will.
Okay, so let's backtrack. You just said that I say things on purpose to provoke you. I say it's the name I like disproving your point and you deflect to something else.
Well, Jamie, it's because so many things have been.
No.
It's like you're afraid of getting away
You
from
just
Will.
said.
Seriously, it's like you're afraid of getting away from Will.
I said
I mean,
that
Will's
to
been an
provoke
awesome.
you.
Will has been an awesome friend to you. I'm not arguing with that at all.
You just said. I said that to provoke you.
That's what it seems like you do. That's what it feels to me like you do.
You have now changed the argument to something else.
No, I didn't change the argument to anything else. It's still the same subject.
Yes, you did.
It's still the same subject, Jamie.
No, it isn't.
It's the same thing like you wanting me to build a whole level for Will
Lawn.
of the house on the house.
You just said I say things to provoke you. That was the topic. I prove your example wrong and you start rambling about something else.
I'm trying to prove my point. Like the level on the house, whole level on the house, 3 stories, one for me, one for you, and one for Will. Then you want to name your baby Will. Things like that you do. It's like you intentionally do that stuff just to provoke me.
Right, the point that you tried to cheat and asked how many times I did that, and I said 0 and you deflected something else.
What?
Notice a pattern.
Okay, so neither one of us have been perfect.
Right, the point that you tried to cheat and asked how many times I did that, and I said 0 and you deflected to something else.
Jamie,
you just
what
said
I'm...
I say things to provoke you. That was the topic. I prove your example wrong and you start rambling about something else.
I didn't say cheat.
Notice a pattern.
I did not say cheat.
Lawn, holy shit.
It's a thing. I said things that you do that to try to provoke me.
You brought up Debbie.
Yeah, I did, because I
Listen.
was wrong in that, and I'm owning up to it.
Shut up. You brought up Debbie. I said you tried to cheat. Your response was, how many times have you done that? I said 0.
I want to talk about...
Then you went to something else.
I'm saying that I know the things that I did wrong. That was with Debbie. And that was with, I didn't mean that you cheated. I meant that you do things to provoke me, to get me upset. Yeah, I did. Sorry. Again. What I was saying was that you do things to provoke me to get.
Always being accused.
I was saying that you do things to provoke me.
I don't.
Things to get me upset.
I don't.
Because you know that I'm going to be upset about things.
times do I have to answer it?
I don't have to answer it anymore. I'm just going to drop that subject. We're past it. Ain't no sense going back to it.
I like the name. You took offense to it. That's not my fault, Lord.
I did take offense to it because it feels like everything is revolved around Will. It feels like you're afraid to leave Will's side.
That's your
well, Jamie,
problem.
it's serious. Seriously, that's what it feels like. I mean,
That's your
you wanted
problem.
Will move. You wanted me to build the whole level of the house, but just Will.
And
It's like you want Will to live with you forever.
I said that one time.
Yeah, but it hung in there. It stuck. It was offensive. I tell you that I want a life with you, and you want to include Will on living with us.
How many times did I tell you my favorite movie?
Oh, a couple
Crazy you
times, and
didn't
you
stick,
wouldn't.
huh?
No, it didn't. I still tried to get you to tell me what it was again. You still wouldn't. To this day, you still won't.
Right, you don't see the issue.
Your favorite color is pink. Your ring size is 7.
And
You wear size 11 shoe. And it's just your favorite movie didn't stick. I'm sorry.
got that written down?
No,
Right.
I don't. Sometimes not everything sticks. If you would have told me the name of your movie, I would have bought the movie and I would have watched it. It definitely would have stuck. And I tried to get you to tell me the third time. Well, then why mention that? Obviously, you do care because you keep mentioning it. It would help if you would just tell me the name of the movie so I can go get it and watch it so I'll never forget it again.
I need to tell you a fourth time for you to pay attention, but I can mention as a joke once that Will needs a floor in the house and you don't shut up about it.
You didn't act like it was a joke.
See the difference?
You did not act like it was a joke.
Doesn't matter.
Well, don't you think that does matter?
You don't see a problem there?
That you didn't act like it was a joke? Well, that I didn't take it like a joke.
No, that what you decide to remember isn't important.
You said you're not looking for
Here's the
perfect,
deal,
Jamie.
Lord. Just because you find something offense that I say or take it a certain way doesn't mean I'm doing it in purpose to get you to react. That's on you. You might play those games, but I do not.
I don't play those games, Jamie. That's not.
Yes, you do.
Your friends played
Here's a
those
few
games with me.
examples.
Your friends played those games with me.
Here's a few
That's why
examples.
I react the way I do when you mention stuff like that.
Oh, they are my friends now.
Your ex-friends.
Right. La.
Our ex-friends.
Here's examples you would. Here's examples you would do. The other night and I said I'm not quitting my job. You kept repeating every time I said that. Well, I guess your job is more important than me. You said it for a reason to get a reaction. Yes.
Yeah, I guess I did, but it was also the way that I was feeling too.
Then you play those games right.
You get a point.
You just said you didn't.
Okay, Jamie, I said you have a point. Doesn't mean you have to rub it in my face.
This is what I put up with day in and day out.
Well, this is stuff that's going to be in the past, so we don't have to deal with it anymore. Because I'm able to talk
Until
about
it
stuff
isn't.
now. I'm able to talk about stuff freely now. And I'm going to talk to you about literally everything.
That had nothing to do with it before and you know it.
A lot of the way that I acted before
You
had
are finding a new excuse to use.
no. I'm not finding a new excuse. You need to start being able to listen to what I'm saying instead of interrupting me all the time. A lot of the way that
You
I
want your
acted before
behavior
was
to be washed away by some new reason.
no. It's not a new reason. It's the same reason that was there the whole time.
No.
A lot of the way that I acted was a result of
Probation.
the way it was not knowing what probation would think, and a lot of the way that I react
Oh,
and
right.
would act before. Come on, damn it, Jamie. You keep interrupting me. Why do you do that? You don't want to hear what I have to say?
No.
Then I won't even bother saying it.
Because it's all bullshit.
Well, how do you expect me to
Well,
tell you everything if how do you expect me to tell you everything if you think it's all bullshit?
I don't need to hear more lies from a liar.
I'm not lying to you.
Here's the lie. Probation was the reason now, Jamie.
Jamie, I have more than one reason. You know the shit that's on YouTube. You know what Winnie and Emma did.
Right,
It's
funny,
not
that was
hard to
never
see.
one until now.
It is.
Right.
It is not. It is not hard to see. Just go on YouTube and look at it.
Right, funny, that was never one until now. Right.
I just tried to tell you. The reason that I acted the way that and
Probation.
reacted the way I, Jamie, the reason I react the way I did to a lot of things is a result of what they did to me.
No.
And probation was because I was afraid to tell them and be open and honest with them about everything.
You are blaming your behavior on someone else again.
Yeah, my fear.
50 years old.
My fear, Jamie. That's what it was. It was me being afraid.
Right, your fear. Or was it probation?
Yeah, my fear of what probation would say and what probation would think.
Or the guys I talked to on the internet?
That was my fear too,
Or
because
Donkey
of what
Kong?
Winnie and Emma did to me,
Or
and
Donkey
Ramona.
Kong? Or Will? Or Rod?
Rod,
Or Todd?
seriously.
Or Chef Jeff? Or Carter?
Jimmy,
Or
have you
MJ?
met one person? Have you met one person in the world that's perfect?
Or Mark?
That I never have.
Did I say that?
No, but you're pointing out everything that I've done wrong. It's like you have it written down.
I'm showing your behavior law.
I know. I'm aware of it. You've said it to me enough times. I'm well aware of it. I'm changing it.
You keep changing your excuse for your behavior.
No, I'm trying to be open and honest with you about the reasons I
Nothing
reacted the way I
else.
did to things. I am trying to be open and honest with you about the reasons I reacted the way that I did. As far as some of them, it was just jealousy.
Right, you ever wonder that maybe you are the problem?
I could be. But if I am the problem, then I'm trying to fix it. And now I have a better chance of fixing it because
So
I
why
can be
would you
open with
think
probation.
someone should put up with that?
If you want to be with me, Jimmy, you're going to hang in.
Empty promises
It's
law.
going,
That's all you've ever provided.
well, hang in this time, see if it's
Well,
an empty promise. Hang in this time, see if it's an empty promise.
like you said last promise.
This promise, I'm able to actually talk about things with a lot of people, so things are going to wind up being a lot different. And
How?
because I'm actually going to be able to go into probation and talk to probation about things that I weren't talking to them about before, and to class too, and to you. I've never had an easy time opening up to people. I've opened up to you more than I have pretty much anyone except for Allie. I opened up to Allie because Allie, and I knew it weren't going past Allie, and Allie actually was able to actually talk to me. Allie was the
Because
reason
you
that Allie was the reason that I was
Because you
able
go
to
to
get
them
rid of
about your
Ramona.
jealousy and get their confirmation. Like how I'm last on that list. I pointed out your bullshit for a year and you told me I was wrong over and over, but your probation. Now you listen. Spare you. You are such a liar.
All I can do is tell you wait and see. I know you're gonna go bypass. I
Why
was
wouldn't I?
expecting that. I was expecting it because that's all you've been able to go by. So there's nothing I can do to sway your mind on that. All I can do is just tell you, just watch and see.
What makes you think you deserve 45 chances?
Because you know how much I love you, and you must feel something
Don't.
really special for me. Huh? What'd you say?
Do not speak for me.
I'm not speaking for you. I'm just telling you what I think.
Well, you are
But I know
incorrect.
you. I mean, incorrect. I haven't even said anything yet.
You did.
What did I say?
Can't remember.
Oh, I remember. Because I only got as far as you must. So what did I say?
No, you didn't.
I did. I literally did.
Lying again.
I said because you know that I'm how much I'm in love with you, and you must, and that's as far as I got.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, literally, I did.
You didn't.
Yes, I did. I don't know why you say that I didn't because that's all I got to say.
Incorrect.
No, not incorrect.
I can hear you when the robot talks, you know.
Yeah. Then you know that I said that you know how much I'm in love with you, and you must, and that's as far as I got.
No, you didn't.
It is too, Jamie. I didn't get to say any more than that before you interrupted me.
You said see something special in me.
That's what I was about to say.
No, you said it.
Well, maybe I did say it, and I just you interrupted me at the same time I was saying it.
No, but you
Maybe
just
that's what
said
it
you
was.
didn't.
Well, you
Well,
you punched my memory. So maybe it jolted it. So maybe I did say it. I thought I only said it in my head.
is it difficult lying all the time?
Oh, stop! I wasn't lying. I didn't think that I said that yet. I knew I said it was saying in my head, but I didn't think I said it yet. But when I get to you must, you said something and it stopped me, and I thought I only said that part
Do you know
in
you
my
are
head.
lying or does it just happen?
Oh, come on. Why can't we get past this stuff, Jamie? We always get stuck on this stuff.
I'll tell you why. Because you have asked me to do that for a year and you keep on doing it. Then you don't know how to get out of it, so you want a redo and then another and then another and then another.
Jamie, do you know that you're constantly finding faults with me? Are you aware of that? It's like you're seriously looking for me to do something so that
Because
you can
that's
point
all
it
you
out.
present. Don't acknowledge what I said. Bring it back to your
It's not a,
feelings.
it's not what I present.
Right then.
It's like I can be
Right.
telling you the truth about something. I can be telling you the truth about something, and you want to call me out on it.
After you lie.
But, come on, little girl, come up here.
I didn't get to finish what I said. Yes, you did. No, I didn't, Jamie.
Well, I didn't think that I did.
Right.
Holy! I seriously thought that I only said it in my head. I didn't remember saying it out loud.
But I am called a liar over and over.
I'm not good. I didn't
Because you
call you a
can't
liar
remember
over and over.
something.
Can't be just an honest
You lie
mistake that I
constantly.
actually.
It's impulsive.
It can't be just an honest mistake that I really didn't think that I had said that yet. Can it? It's going to be that I lie because I did say it and I knew I said it, and when I didn't think that I said it yet. It can't be an honest mistake that I didn't think I said it yet.
Right, but here's where it changes. When you tell me I'm rude for cutting you off and that there's no way I heard what you said because you did say it.
Yeah, but you're always cutting me off.
That's not the point.
See, so you know that you're always cutting me off, right?
Did you get lost again?
See, now you're doing it. Now I'm thinking that I missed something. When I was concentrating on you saying that you always cut me off.
That wasn't the point. See how you just hear what you want.
No, I know. I'm aware of
It's
of me
ridiculous.
doing that. I'm aware of me doing that, so you don't have to point that out. I'm aware that I do
Right.
that. It's not that I hear what I want; it's that I hear something and I get stuck on that.
Try being on the other end of that.
It's not that I hear what I want; it's I hear something and I get
You
stuck
do.
on it, and I don't hear quite everything.
Most people would say that means you hear what you want.
No, no, it's not
Well,
that I hear what I want. It's that I hear something and it sticks and it stops there until I confront that part.
right, you hear the part you want and don't listen to the rest. Almost like you hear what you want.
It's the that's kind of what it's like. It's like I hear a part, but I don't hear the rest. When I get stuck on a part, I don't hear the rest. It's not like I hear what I want. It's like I hear a certain part, and it'll stick. It'll stop right there, and I won't hear the rest. Call me crazy,
Right,
but
you
it
hear the
kind of
part
sounds
you
like attention deficit disorder.
Right, you hear the part you want.
Could it be that, or could I actually have attention deficit disorder? I've never been diagnosed with it, but I've never gone to see anybody
Jesus.
for it either. I don't see how it could be attention deficit disorder because you got my attention. It's just when it.
You hear the words you could argue or make a point on and ignore the rest. Right.
No, because I don't ignore the rest. It's like I hear the rest, but it doesn't stick because of that one
Right,
part
so what
that
was
has
the
stuck.
rest?
Jamie said I hear the rest, but it doesn't stick because of that one part that is stuck. That I don't know, it gets my attention. So it's like I hear the rest, but I don't hear the rest.
So now you are blaming ADD.
No, I'm not blaming that because I don't know if it's that or not. I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it to you, Jamie. I mean, I'm trying my ass off to explain it to you. That's the only way that I know how to explain it. Some certain thing is said that sticks and it stops right there. My attention stops right there. I hear the rest, but it doesn't stick because it's stuck on that one part.
Some people would say that means you hear what you want.
Some people could say that, but it's not like I do that intentionally.
Right.
I'm being honest with you about this. It's not fun dealing with this. I've been in conversations before when somebody would say one thing, I get stuck there, and I wouldn't hear the rest of what they said, so I couldn't repeat the rest of what they said because I don't know what the hell the rest of what they said was. I heard them talking, but I didn't hear it. That might be one reason I didn't like school. I seriously hated school.
So yet again you have deflected from the point of your bad behavior and why I pointed out. And you'll just focus on this or the fact that I said I talked over you and the rest was a waste of 45 minutes of my time. Again. Like most nights.
Jamie, I'm not a perfect person. I'm not going to
Did
try
you
to
hear
be.
all that or
I'm not
get
going.
lost again?
I am not going to tell you that I remember everything. I'm not going to tell you that everything I say is going to be exact.
I never said you did.
I'm gonna be me. There's nothing else I can do about that. Some things I can change and some things I can't change. I know the way I feel about you has never changed. No matter how upset I've been and gotten, it didn't matter. My feelings for you never changed at all. I knew that I loved you, and I believed in you.
But when I'm explaining to you why I did something and you don't listen, that's a problem. And again, all you do is make these shit arguments. Do you realize every time I bring up bullshit you've put me through, 90% of the time your response is, I'm not perfect, but if I don't answer, I'm hiding things or going around them.
I realize that I didn't tell you I'm not perfect.
And you broke up with me twice, so spare me with your feelings not changing.
Not twice. That last time was a mutual thing that
Yes,
never should have
twice.
happened. The last thing was a mutual thing that never should have happened.
Did we break up?
We did. That was a mutual thing.
Were you a part of it?
Yes, but you pointed out as in I broke up with you. It's we broke up mutually,
Hey, idiot.
and that never should have happened.
Hey, idiot.
Stop calling me idiot. That's abusive.
Did you just say your feelings didn't change but you agreed to break up?
Yes, but my feelings still never changed for you, even when I
Then
agreed
you
to break
broke
up.
with me.
But my feelings never changed for you.
Okay, then you are stupid. What do you want me to say?
What do you mean I'm stupid? So I agreed to break up, even though my feelings never changed for you. Feelings don't change in a blink of an eye like that, Jamie.
Right.
Right? They don't.
So stop trying to change mine.
Stop trying to change them how? About the way you feel about your job?
I told you I didn't love you. You made that happen over time, law. But you continuously said over and over I did. Remember that?
Maybe I just didn't want to believe it, Jamie.
Well, here's the problem with that. Every time I had to remind you, you would pour and cry saying I just said that to put you down or whatever childish bullshit you say, when you're the one creating that situation. Right.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I just didn't want to believe that we could get to that point where you didn't love me. Maybe I believed in us more than I should have at the time. Do you want to fall back in love with me?
Right, so again I'm supposed to continuously put up with this and do what you want because you feel a certain way. I gave you chance after chance. Even this last time I said we are working towards a relationship. What did you do? The exact same old bullshit as before. The guy who promised he wouldn't. The guy who said he had changed. Did the exact same bullshit.
Did I yell?
Yes.
When?
Are you kidding me?
I might have once or twice, but not like I ever did
You
before.
just said you didn't.
Not like I ever did before.
You really can't help but lie, can you?
Oh, Christ. I'm not going to keep arguing about the same stuff.
When did I yell?
That's the,
Okay, I might have
the,
Excuse.
this is stuff we've talked about time and time again. When it comes down to,
still don't get it.
when it comes down to, we mutually broke up, and I'm asking you if you want to give it another try, because I don't think that we should have broken up. And I know that things will be different this time because I can actually talk to people now.
I think we should just be friends.
Unfucking unbelievable. Then you'll never have to come up. You'll never have to talk to probation. I'll never have to see me on cam or me see you on cam. Yeah. Thanks anyway. Guess you don't want to answer because I had something else to say to you. It seems like you've been so perfect the whole time. Wondering why I was getting all upset and all that shit and finding everything wrong with me. Right, Jamie?
What?
Why don't you tell me how perfect you were the whole time?
I never said I was.
No, but you're fast to point out how imperfect I am. But
No.
you never say anything about how much you've done wrong. Should I point that stuff out?
I'm showing you a repeated pattern of behavior.
I'm showing you a repeated pattern of behavior too. You know what the difference is? Is that I've looked past it. And I never fell out of love with you. I never fell out of love with you. Right. I looked past it. I didn't keep mentioning it like you have.
Right.
You constantly mentioned me doing things wrong. I've mentioned it before, and I told you how much it bothered me before. And I've mentioned it, yeah, like the football game. I've mentioned it a few times, but you notice I don't mention it all the time. Right. Every time I do something wrong, you go right down the list. So you make me feel like shit. So you make me feel like I'm the only one that has done anything wrong. But you never stop to think about the things that you've done wrong. But I was strong enough. My love for you was strong enough to stay there and not disappear. But I also haven't been around two exes 24/7. And I certainly wasn't letting them see me naked. I wasn't eating one of them's pussy out, calling it a golden pussy, telling me that you're in love with her.
It is golden.
There you go. How fucking much do you really think that a boyfriend wants to hear that shit? Seriously, Jamie? And you really think that a boyfriend wants to hear that you're in love with your ex?
We weren't together when I started saying that.
Don't care, Jamie. We were working on a relationship, remember? But the whole time you make me feel like shit because of you make me feel like shit because of the stuff that I've done. When you never stop to think about the stuff that you've done. You never stop to think about the stuff that you've done.
Then you weren't my boyfriend, correct?
Don't try to get yourself right all over again. Don't do that shit because it's not going to work this time. Why don't you just answer my question? Why is it that you never stop to think about the stuff that you've done wrong?
You never acted like we were. You assumed we're always in one.
That didn't even make sense.
A relationship. You never acted
Jamie.
like we were. You assumed we're always in one.
Jamie, don't try to put more shit off on me. Just answer the question. Why don't you ever look at the stuff that you've done wrong?
I do.
No, you do not. I don't think I ever remember a time that you ever said you're sorry to me for any of that bullshit. When how many times have I said I'm sorry to you for the shit that I've done?
I shouldn't have gone to the football game. And I have said that, but you continue to throw it in my face.
I haven't thrown that in your face in a long time.
A week.
It's been more than a week, Jamie. It's probably been a month.
Here he goes lying again.
But every time we get in an argument, you go right down the list of the things that I've done wrong and make me feel like shit. Like I am the only one that has done anything wrong.
You do the same thing, Lord.
No, I don't try to point the shit out like you do.
Yes, you do.
You literally have a list of things that you go right down. And you try not to miss a beat on any of it. Have you noticed that?
Every time you get mad, here's what you do. Hope you don't backpedal.
Ain't neither one of us that have been perfect, Jamie. But I've never lost my love for you. Like I said, I weren't around two exes. Telling one of them that they have a big, beautiful cock. And the other one that she has a golden pussy. While their actual significant other is right on the other end of the line. What makes you so afraid to be face to face with me? What makes you so afraid to talk to my probation officer? Why are you so afraid of us being real with each other in person?
You mentioned the football game. You mentioned the third story for Will. You mentioned the exes. You mentioned things I said months ago. You mentioned Will's ex. You mentioned sleeping arrangements from a year ago. You mentioned me not wearing panties at a game. You mentioned how I put the internet before you. Every single time. Still sticking by you don't have a list.
I don't have a list. Every now and then, a different one pops up. Just because I don't mention them all at the same time, like you do. You literally go down the list.
You do too.
How long has it been since I mentioned the big beautiful cock?
Tonight.
Exactly. Tonight. When was the last time?
Seconds ago.
When was the last time?
A week.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Even you know that's a lie.
No.
Yeah, you do. I don't have a dildo
When
made
did
out
you
of the
mention the
ex's
football
cock.
game last?
Hell, I don't know. I don't even remember. That's how long ago it's been.
Exactly.
That's how long ago it's been. I don't remember.
No, it wasn't.
I stopped mentioning it.
No, you didn't.
And even you know that.
No, you didn't.
We're so focused on what each other is doing wrong,
Lorne, you
we're not
mentioned it weeks
concentrating.
ago.
Yeah, weeks ago, yeah, weeks ago.
Wow, a whole
We're
2
so
weeks,
focused.
Lorne.
What?
So long ago.
Well, certainly weren't
Wow, a whole 2
like
weeks,
you.
Lorne.
It's certainly not like what you've been doing.
Right.
You've been on a roll. You've literally just about every time we get on the phone. We're so focused on what we're doing wrong, what the other's doing wrong, we're not seeing what each other's doing right.
Because you ignore what I say and act like what you do doesn't matter because you have an excuse.
I don't ignore what you say. I tried to explain that to
Yes,
you,
you
Jamie.
do.
Did you really think I was kidding on that?
Right.
I weren't kidding with you about that at all.
Right.
You're not the first one that I've had to deal with that with.
Whatever you say, Lorne.
Well, believe me or don't believe me, I'm being honest with you about it.
Always have
So
a
I don't
reason
feel
to
bad
not
about it.
take responsibility.
It's my responsibility that I forget. I mean,
When
my
you're
bad.
talking about Wildo, you're talking about the big beautiful cock, and you've definitely mentioned that in the last week.
Yeah, you've known that thing has pissed me off for a long time, and that hasn't been the last week. You spent the last 2 days not even
Yes,
talking.
it was.
You spent a few days in the hotel room. We didn't talk about it then. Wouldn't it be nice
Now
if we
2
could actually
days.
focus
Are
on
you
what?
seriously bragging about 2 days?
2 days, Jamie. We didn't the
Are you
three
proud
2 or
of
3
2
days.
days?
The 2 or 3 days that you were in the fucking hotel room, we didn't talk about it. Then we didn't talk about it before a couple days before that
And
even.
you are proud of that.
Holy Christ.
You think a week
Jamie,
is a long time?
I haven't mentioned Wildo in a while. It's been more than a
You
week.
think a week is a long time?
It's been more than a week, Jamie. I haven't mentioned it in a while. Even when you mentioned using the
That wasn't
damn
the
thing,
question.
even when you mentioned using the damn thing, I still
Do you
didn't say
think a
anything.
week is a long time?
No, Jamie. Jeez, why are you stuck on a week being a long time? I told you it's been longer than a week that I've mentioned it.
You tell me.
Even when you've mentioned it, you knew that it upset me, but I still did not say anything. I rolled my eyes like a son of a bitch, but I did not say anything.
You keep acting like a couple days to a week is something amazing.
Jamie, do you remember when you told me that you spent 2 days relaxing with Wildo's, 2 Wildos in you?
Remember this, Lorne?
You remember I didn't say anything?
Okay, how about this? A day after you abused me, you said, quote, I don't do that anymore. You were proud of a day. That is fucking pathetic. It should never happen.
You're right. It never should have happened. Sorry if you want me to argue with you about that, but I'm not going to.
Right, but it did continuously.
It doesn't happen now.
When?
Jamie, if we stop focusing on what we've done wrong and start putting more energy into what we're actually doing right, we just might get somewhere.
Right. What have you done right?
I went over and worked on teardown house today. Then I
Well,
sold then Paul sold the dresser for me, so I brought that over there.
well.
Why, is something wrong with that?
You're right now that I hear that I forgot about the last year of abuse. You did it, Lorne.
Huh? You asked me what I've done right today. How did you get anything negative out of what I did right today?
You missed the point. Nothing new.
I missed the point, Jamie. You asked me what I did right today. How did I miss the point on that?
You're right now that I hear that I forgot about the last year of abuse. You did it, Lorne.
Jamie, yes, we both have abused each other in the last year. What do you say we stop doing that, stop abusing each other, and actually try to do this right? So we don't have to be defensive with each other. Stop being proud of the things that we're doing right instead of picking out what we're doing wrong or what we've done wrong.
I called you names. You yelled and accused me every day. Well, Lorne, you really think you are in equal standing?
Jamie, seriously, why would you say that?
You deserve to be called names by the way you treated me. If you ask me, that is.
Okay. You say that you just called me names, but all this other stuff with Big Beautiful Cock and the Golden Pussy, all that stuff shouldn't matter, right? That's no mental abuse there. Why don't we focus on things that we do right instead of things that we've done wrong?
You realize I
I'd
said
really,
Big Beautiful like twice and you wouldn't shut up about it. You act like I said it every day.
it offended me.
Yeah, well,
I couldn't help that at the time. It offended me. I didn't. You keep saying it once you knew that it offended me.
no, I didn't.
But anyway, I would love to start being proud of you for things that you do and the ways that you are, because I already am on a lot of things. I'd really like to stop pointing out things that you have done wrong.
So I said something almost a year ago, Lorne, that's what you got. You yelled at me less than 2 weeks ago.
Jamie, do you see what you're doing right now?
See how yours is constant and continuous?
Yeah, I see it.
Right.
That's why I want to get away from it. The best way to get away from it is to stop abusing each other and start
Didn't
pointing
you
out
say
things that
that
we've
in
done
June?
right. Huh? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Didn't you say that in June?
Yeah, I said it, but we didn't do a very good job at it. But at least now I can talk about it. At least now I can talk about things openly and not have to worry about you or me being judged for it.
You didn't do a good job, Lorne, not we. You.
No, I didn't. I didn't do a good job. I'm being honest about
No,
it.
don't say we.
Jamie, you can't put yourself in a position of perfection every time.
I didn't.
It doesn't work that way. I've done things wrong, and I know it. And I'm gonna admit it.
Stop saying perfection like you have a point. I haven't said that once.
You haven't said it once at all, no. But your pride doesn't let you say that you're wrong.
You know what most people don't do?
Probably something that I've done.
Abuse the person they claim to love for a year straight.
Things can be so much different now, Jamie.
Perfect has nothing to do with it.
Do you see how you keep going back, Phil?
And you've said the same shit before, Lorne, that's why.
Yep, but I didn't have some. I couldn't talk openly about things
It's going to
then.
be so different, Jamie, now. So different.
It's going to. I know this time it's going to.
Then it wasn't.
But this time I know it's going to.
Why?
Because I can actually go to counseling and talk about it.
How does that
I can
change
actually-
things?
Because I'm able to talk about it. Not just to you. Because before I can only talk about it to you. And in doing that, I'm getting the opinion of the person that I'm upset with or not agreeing with.
Right, you told Sean
which
how you
is
treat
you.
me.
No, I'm going to be open and honest with him about everything. I told him I gave you attitude. Didn't tell him that I yelled, but I will tell him that I yelled. I'll even tell Stacy tomorrow. I'm going to be open and honest with him
Right,
about
so
it,
you
so
were
that way
honest, but now it's different.
I'm going to be open and honest, so that way I don't do it.
You weren't though.
No, I wasn't. But Jamie, the one person that I could talk to was you, and you was the one that I was getting upset with. So I would only get your input on it. On
We'll
what
go
I
over
was doing
stuff.
wrong and what
You
I was.
didn't listen.
I would only get your
We'll
input
tell me
on what I was
stuff.
doing
You
wrong.
didn't listen.
Jamie, come on, you're repeating yourself when I'm trying
We'll
to
tell me
make it so
stuff.
you can hear
You
me.
didn't listen.
I'm trying to tell you something so that you can actually hear me. When you interrupt me like that,
You
I'm
just
thinking that
said
you
you
can't
only
hear me.
talk to me.
Yeah, I was only talking to you about pretty much everything that had to deal with me and you.
But you talked to Will too, so you are lying.
Yeah, well, yeah, I didn't take
Again.
Will into consideration. Not that I'm lying, it's just I wasn't taking Will into consideration. I wasn't
You
thinking about
just
Will.
did.
Well, Jesus. Yes, I am so sorry, Jamie. I didn't have Will in my head at the time. I'm so sorry. It's my bad. That's very important to you that I get every
Right, so
little point right. Well, my thoughts are not
right,
on
so
Will.
maybe don't say stupid statements.
No, my thoughts are not on Will. I didn't talk to Will every time about what was going on with me and you.
Did I say every time?
No, you didn't.
Then.
Majority of the times, what was going on with me and you, I would talk to you about. And that's not good because when I would be upset with you, you'd be upset with me. And it's hard to give each other input on that.
Right, so you had an opportunity to tell someone else, and what did you do? You lied.
Lied about what?
I give her attitude.
I didn't lie. Excuse me. I didn't lie. I gave you attitude. I gave you attitude. I didn't lie. I didn't tell them that I yelled. But I'm going to.
If you weren't lying, why didn't you tell him the truth then?
I told him the truth. I told him I gave you attitude. But tomorrow I will tell Stacy that I yelled at you. And on Tuesday I will tell Sean that I yelled at you.
That's not the truth,
and
and you know it. Why are you dancing around it?
Why am I dancing around it? Jamie, I just told you. I know that I didn't tell them, but I'm going to. Why did I not tell them at the time? Because I was ashamed to tell them. No, I need to.
Right, see how easy that was.
Well, just because I don't say the words, I know it in my head, but I just didn't say the words. I didn't realize you were looking for exact words. It might be easy for you to just come out and say stuff,
I just
but
wanted to hear the truth.
It might be easy for you to just come out and say stuff. It's not some. I didn't hear you because I was talking, and I know you get
It doesn't matter.
It might be easy for you to just come out and say things like that. It's not easy for me because I wasn't raised that way.
You weren't raised to tell the truth.
I was raised to tell the truth. It's just I went around things. I was partially raised by my brothers too, so you get a mix one that tells lies and mix one that don't.
Right, like you.
Yeah. Because I've lied. I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna try to get around with you.
Is lying genetic in your family?
No, Jamie. I don't know. It might be. My dad lied. My mom don't lie though.
I bet your mum did too, based on how often you do it.
Oh, my mom doesn't lie.
I bet she does.
Oh, it's not nice to say about someone you don't know.
Every time she says she loves you, she's doing it.
Things like that. I don't know why you would say things like that.
That was to be hurtful.
Well, it didn't hurt because I know my mom loves me.
Right.
I do. I'm sorry your hurtfulness didn't affect me on that.
See how honest I was?
Yes. After time, Jamie, it'll come out of me. I'll be straightforward and honest with you about answers. It's obviously not an overnight thing.
I have a question.
What?
What was the purpose of that guilt trip of a voicemail and this call?
Because you didn't answer, and I had things I wanted to say, and I was like, oh, she don't want to hear what I have to say. She wants to hear what she has to say, but not what I have to say. Huh?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I already said them. I said them at the beginning. I seriously know that if we start thinking about the right things that we do instead of the wrong things, we're going to be so much better off. We are literally going to be so much better because we never say anything right about each other anymore. We used to.
Better than constantly being accused of cheating.
Excuse me. Damn, that was powerful. Oh, shit. I know we'll do a lot better if we start being more proud of each other for the right things that we do.
Maybe you should dust your trailer once in a while.
I don't think it was that.
Did you hear what I said, or are you just ignoring it?
Oh, I heard what you said. Maybe I should dust my trailer once in a while.
Before that,
Oh, it'd be better than being accused of cheating.
so you were ignoring it.
I weren't ignoring it. I sneezed.
Right.
I sneezed, and then you made the comment about dusting my trailer. I'm not going to accuse you of cheating. I know you don't. I know you don't cheat on me.
Right, that's why I'm constantly accused of it.
I've just been constantly upset because, well,
Right.
I've already told you. So I'm not going to rehash that.
Because you are insecure.
I've been insecure, yes.
And jealous.
And jealous, yes.
And that is just magically gone.
You'd be surprised what my talk with Sean did. And it's only going to get better because I get to talk about it
1
with
hour
Stacy
changed
tomorrow.
a year of how you treated me.
Huh?
Don't think so.
What?
1 hour changed a year of how you treated me. Don't think so.
Jimmy, you've got to understand that even though I was able to talk to Will also, you're not going to interrupt me, are you? Even though I've been able to talk to Will also, this is not a cop-out. This is just the actual truth. Even though I've been able to talk to Will also.
You're saying you have
Oh,
been
come
as
on.
if you aren't any longer, and that's not true.
You got to repeat that. I didn't hear it because...
You are insecure. You're saying you have been as if you aren't any longer, and that's not true.
No, it's not true. I'm still insecure. But at least now I know I can work on it.
Right, and you couldn't before. Why?
But the one thing that I've never been insecure about is knowing that you have not cheated on me. I have always known that you have not. I have always known that you have not cheated on me.
Don't deflect.
I'm not deflecting. I just want to put that out there.
Before.
Now, say that again because I didn't hear part of it.
Right, and you couldn't before. Why?
Because I didn't have anybody else that I could talk to, other than you and Will. I didn't have a place where I could go, could talk, and get an outside opinion.
You would before?
Because I thought I could.
So you lied.
It's not that I lied, it's I thought I could. I thought I could hold to that promise.
And who's to say
I thought
you
that
now?
Because this time I know I can, because I've got people that I can talk to.
Incorrect.
You can say incorrect all you want, but I know it's not incorrect, because I'm not. The difference is that it's not you and Will that I will be able to talk to. It's an outside person that I'll be able to talk to.
That's all it is. Just like before.
Jamie, talking to you and Will is an inside opinion. I can get outside opinions.
Isn't my problem. Call me when you grow up.
Jamie, serious. I grew up. Call me when you want to see it. Hello.
Why is okay for you to talk to Sean, but it's not okay for me to talk to Will or MJ?
It is. It's just that you was constantly doing it and never talking to me.
No.
Well, the only person that I was talking to was you, and sometimes Will. So it was like the counselor. You've got your counselors right there. So you were able to talk to other people other than me.
You don't get to
I
change the
didn't.
story now, Lorne. It was never okay to you. Ever.
But Jamie, you was talking to them all the time. You even told me that you told Maggie Joe everything. You even told me that you told Maggie Joe everything. Everything is not quite something that you need to tell one of your exes.
They're being my friends.
They're being somebody that you can talk to. I no longer have Tony. I used to be able to talk to Tony about everything.
And
I don't have him anymore. I've had you and I've had Will.
You told me I couldn't.
I didn't told you don't tell him everything. Yeah, but you were telling him everything, Jamie. Everything about me. Things that I would tell you that I wanted to stay with you. You would go and you would tell Maggie Joe everything. I mean, personal things that I would tell you, like me owing Mom money. Why does Maggie Joe need to know that? She doesn't need to know that. That's stuff that I wanted to stay with you.
Because
it was between me and you.
Me and you, not you, me and Will. Because I would bring him into a conversation. How about those examples?
Because you did it. You did it all the time, Jamie.
Oh, right.
It would interrupt our conversations.
So it's okay
You'd all
to do it, but it isn't.
I don't get to bring anybody in on my side.
You didn't want them to know when you did something that upset me.
I don't have anybody like that here, Jamie. I don't have anybody where I can just bang on the wall and have. I don't have anybody here where I can just bang on the wall. No, I didn't want them knowing how I was upsetting you. But they never got to hear how you upset me because you never told them.
Exactly, that's all it was.
You never told them how you would upset me.
Isolation.
Jamie, how is it isolation when you're not telling them the whole truth? When you're not telling them the things that you do? You're making it one-sided.
Don't tell your friends how I treat you, Jamie.
Okay, tell your friends how I treat you, but also tell them how you treat me.
You have no idea what I told them.
I know every time I mention something, they would say, why didn't you tell us that, Jamie? I didn't know that. But it's not an assumption. It's things it's things that actually happen, Jamie. You were telling them things that I would do wrong, but you weren't telling.
Make it so that I can't have anyone.
No, I don't want you to not have anyone. I just want you to make it fair with me and you. You would go back and talk to.
Now that you have someone. Why would
you that I have someone.
Make it so that I can't have anyone.
No, Jamie. It was fine if you told them things. You didn't need to tell them things they didn't need to know. But also, when you tell them things, tell them both sides. When you tell them things, tell them both sides, Jamie.
You don't know what
tell them the things that. I know you weren't telling them things that you did. Because you would call them right in there, and you would tell them the things that I did.
What they need or don't need to know.
Then they would tell me the things that I did, and then I'd say something, and then they'd ask you, why didn't you tell us that?
You didn't tell Sean how you treat me.
Yes, exactly.
Right, so you can do it. I can't.
No, I was ashamed of it.
Right.
So was you ashamed of it?
Lorne has an excuse, surprise, surprise.
Was you ashamed of it? It doesn't hurt to
There's a
say
reason
that
why
you're
Lorne
ashamed.
can do it, but I need to have the same doctor's note as him. Right. This isn't funny.
The doctor just know what's funny. Jimmy, if we start pointing out the things that we do right, we're going to be so much better off.
This is a 50-year-old telling someone half their age it isn't okay for me to do something that they did.
I didn't say I was right in doing it and not telling Sean.
Right.
But I'm going to fix it.
All of a sudden it's okay to have outside people involved because it's what you want. Before you wanted me to be isolated from my friends because you said it wasn't any of their business.
Well, no, some of the things weren't.
Crazy how that turned out right.
Some of the things was not their business, Jamie.
Like what?
Like me owing Mom $5,000. How is that any of their business?
You said you were going to take care of me.
Yeah, and I want to, Jamie.
Your debt makes that hard to do, right?
My what? Oh, my debt. It makes it hard to do right now, but I'm fixing that too.
So I was explaining the situation to my friend. That's why. Answered.
Okay, but why did you have to? Why did you single that one out? That I owe Mom. Why does she need a list of what I owed? She doesn't need a list of what I
Did
owed.
you not listen to what I just said?
Yes, I did, Jamie, but she did not need a list. What was her point in having the list? So she could come back and say something to me? She didn't tell me what her list of debt is.
Oh, like you did with her pills.
Well, she was always pointing things out about me.
Well,
I just wanted to prove to her that she's not perfect.
she never said she was.
But she would portray herself to be.
No, she won't.
She did to me.
No, she wasn't.
Jamie, I'm not going to talk about her because you continuously defend her on everything. Like you're blinded.
Right, Lorne, but you failed to see the point yet again.
I'm getting right away from
What
the
was
subject
my
of
point?
Maggie Joe.
What
I'm
was
getting
my
away from the
point?
subject of Maggie. Your point is how imperfect I am
No.
and how perfect Maggie Joe is.
No.
that it's all right for you to tell Maggie Joe my debt.
See what I say about hearing what you want.
Exactly what you said.
Thanks for proving
I
it.
was just being an asshole so I could point out the things that
Right.
you're coming across as.
Pointing something out that you've done wrong does not mean that other person is trying to make themselves look perfect. They are pointing what you've done wrong. All you do to respond to that is tell them that they aren't perfect.
But Jamie, telling her that I'm in debt is one thing. Giving her a list of things that
I
I'm in debt
explained
with,
it, Lord.
you're not listening. Every time you press that button when I'm talking, I know you're not listening.
I already explained it, Lord.
There is no reason to ever give her a list of any debt that I have.
So you mentioned how she got her pills. Why?
Well, I already told you that. I already answered that question.
It's okay for you, not for her.
No, I was showing her that it's okay for her, but not for me.
Right.
Yeah. But I haven't mentioned her pills in a long time. I don't even remember the last time I mentioned them.
So you can get details and throw it in her face, but she can't do it to you.
She was doing it to me. She had already done it to me many times.
Okay, so like a child you did the same. Do you not yet the
Jamie,
point?
do you not remember telling me, me telling you that I wasn't saying anything to her out of respect for you because she's your friend, and you told me not to let that stop me to say what was on my mind. Do you remember that? So finally, I did. So you can't wish-wash back and forth like that.
Right, so you decided to throw the only information I gave you in her face.
Yeah? She was throwing information that you gave her in my face.
I meant tell her to be quiet, I wasn't wish-wash on it.
She was
I meant tell her
throwing
to be quiet,
information.
I wasn't wish-wash on it.
Okay, so how is it okay that you give her information about me and she throws it in my face, but you give me information about her and I throw it in her face? How is that not okay that I do the same that she's doing to me?
You are missing the point.
The point is, what you're trying to say is the point is it's okay for her to do it, but not for me to do it.
You said why did I give her the information? I answered it and you like a child and now making up some new argument so you can win.
Okay, so with that information, she threw it in my face. Did you get on
I
her
did.
case about it? That's a no.
No, she was making the point I was making, law.
She was making the point that she was throwing it in my face.
No.
Yeah, she was. That wasn't. She had mentioned it several
What did
different
she
times.
say?
She had mentioned it several different times.
What did she say?
Not on the same day.
What did she say?
At least I don't owe my mother $5,000. What kind of what kind of gentleman is that? How does that care about your mother? Ain't no Southern gentleman would ever owe their mother. Ain't no Southern gentleman that would ever borrow money off their mother.
She has a point.
You're right. You're right.
She does.
Okay, well, let me tell you this. This guy that owns this tear down house.
Someone telling you something you've done is to tell them what they've done wrong.
Jamie, this guy that owns this tear down house, he's a doctor. I brought stuff from over.
Someone telling you something you've done is to tell them what they've done wrong.
You gotta listen to me. The guy that owns this house is a doctor. This tear down house.
Have you
I brought
to me at all?
boom. You can listen to me one time, Jamie. It's not going to kill you. Well, I've tried to. At least I put the effort in. Can't say that you're doing that. I brought a bunch of stuff over to Mom the other day from the craft room that the lady had. And Mom was going through it to see what craft stuff she wanted to keep and all that.
Back to you that you said you didn't say yet.
Holy fuck. I don't know. I'm not even. Never mind. I just
things back to you that you said you didn't say yet, dumbass.
Well, I'm not even going to finish my story.
So I'm not making an effort.
Yeah, you're making an effort, but whenever I talk, I always get interrupted.
Right, it's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, you've done it for a long, long time.
Right, maybe you should learn something from that.
Right, maybe I should learn something. Just me, right? Just I should learn something from that. Not you too, just me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you not like ever saying that you're wrong about something?
Back to your tear down house story. He's a doctor.
I brought some stuff, a bunch of stuff over to Mom from the lady's craft room that she had. So Mom could go through it and see what craft stuff she wanted to keep. They had a bunch of paperwork in there. And Mom was going through the paperwork and they had pictures and stuff. And Mom was looking at the pictures to see if she knew any of them. And she came upon a check where it was for $9,000, well, a check reading stub, a copy of a check. It was for $9,000. And it had a note attached to it that said that it was a gift to her son, that it did not have to be repaid. And so obviously $9,000, her son needed $9,000. So she gave her son $9,000. Does that make her son a bad person?
Did I say that?
No, but you're always mentioning it.
Do you owe your mother money?
I do. And I've been paying her.
Then it wasn't a gift.
That's right, but I've been paying her back too.
Completely different story. So what was the point of telling that story?
Never mind. Never mind. It got way off track, and just never mind. Jamie, do you think we can find some right things to say about each other? Things that we actually do right, instead of constantly pointing out things that we do wrong and harping on them?
A doctor got a gift from his mother. That's the same as you owing your mother thousands of
Wow.
dollars.
I just said let's just get away from that. Why are you still stuck on that? Is it just for sake of argument?
Because you need to explain why you brought it up.
Because I'm bad because I owe my mom money. So this doctor must be bad because his mother gave him a gift of $9,000. Well, I don't know. You know, I'm bad because I borrowed money off my mom. This guy obviously needed money because she gave him $9,000. So he must be bad too.
So he was gifted money. You borrowed money. It's different.
And do you think I'm the only guy in the world that has ever borrowed money off their mother?
Did I say that?
Nope. You're just saying that I'm bad because I did.
No, idiot.
Well, that's what you're making it sound like.
I said at the start of this you said you were going to take care of me.
Yeah, I know. And I still want to, Jamie. But something else that I want you to understand is it's actually we need to take care of each other. I don't want your money. I don't want to put money in your account. But I want us both to be here for each other. Not constantly putting each other down.
You owe your mother money. That's why I brought up. Have you caught up to the conversation yet?
Jamie, I am always going to have bills. There isn't a person in this world that is not going to have.
Are two different things. Are you able to understand that?
Are you able to stop interrupting me so I can talk?
Borrowing money and receiving a gift are two different things. Are you able to understand that?
I am very much able to understand that. But if Mom were to give me a gift of $5,000, no. Don't press that button yet. I'm not done.
Bring that story up.
If Mom were to give me $5,000 as a gift, and I told you about it, you would use that against me.
Who says?
So for you, you would, Jamie.
Why?
Because you point out things just to use against me. You have a habit of doing that.
That hasn't happened. You don't know that.
Yeah, because you haven't had the chance.
So
I don't ask for gifts. I don't ask for gifts from my mother like that.
So what you're saying is irrelevant. Then why did you bring that story up?
I told you before, just never mind. It's
Borrowing money and receiving a gift are two different
we can
things.
just.
Are you able to understand that?
This is one of the things right here. I'm able to drop a conversation, to drop an argument, but you're not. This is why we continuously argue.
When's it's about you, you can.
Even when it's not about me.
Incorrect.
You've told me to shut up before, and I've shut up. Might have irritated me at the time, but it didn't irritate me for long because we got away from it.
Is Chef Jeff
Huh?
really a chef? Is Chef Jeff really a chef?
What do you want me to say? That's my insecurity.
Well, you just said you don't do that.
How the hell did we go from what we were talking about to Chef Jeff?
Right.
You just went from one argument to another argument.
No, I didn't.
I love your hair. I love your eyes.
I drop an argument, Jamie, I don't keep going. Is Chef Jeff really a chef? Is Chef Jeff really a chef?
Good, but I didn't make it last. I didn't keep the argument going.
Yes, you did.
For how long?
Days.
Did not.
You love to rewrite history.
No, I just don't like living in the past constantly.
Right.
I've done enough of it. What I like is having fun.
Unless it works for you.
No. I'll own up to the things I've done wrong.
Right.
I don't have a problem saying when I'm wrong.
Did you mention the past tonight?
I did.
Then guess you lied about going back to it.
I said I don't like going back to it.
Oh, Lorne's getting technical.
Well, there's a difference between saying that I don't go back to it and I don't like going back to it.
There's a difference between a gift and a loan too, but you don't seem to understand that.
I love your lips too. I think you have sexy ears.
So I have... What?
I said, I think you have sexy ears.
Why?
Because you do. They're just really pretty.
Why?
It's just, why? They're just, I love them. They're just really pretty.
Why?
Because they fit you perfect.
Why?
Because I'm prejudiced. I'm prejudiced with you.
Holy fuck, by a dictionary.
I'm prejudiced with you. I don't know.
That isn't the word.
I know. I couldn't think of the right word. I
Right,
figured,
you
well, that's
never
close
can.
enough.
Crazy.
I know. What's that necklace of? What's on the end of that necklace? I see that in all your pictures.
I have a
I
lot
see it in
of
all
them.
your pictures, but you have a locket on it?
I have a lot of necklaces.
Oh. So after I finish paying for this ring, I can buy you a necklace with a locket with a picture of me on one side and you on the other. Would you wear it?
How about you pay your mother back instead?
Well, that's in the process too.
Right, how much have you paid?
Got her down to 4,000 now. Actually, 4,223 or something like that.
Sorry, my phone died. Give me 10 minutes to charge it a little and I will call you back, okay?
I'm going to go for the night.
Okay. I love you and let's start pointing out the good things about each other. Like your sexy ears.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by the
Lawn World Order.